Hey everybody, welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Michael Noland. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Black Crowss. They're back on tour, new album and all of that. This weekend they were playing Tampa, Florida, and all was going fine until they placed their mascot up on screen and the crow was all decked out in Americana pride, no doubt. Well, it wasn't too long after that before the crowd started chanting, USA, USA, getting into the spirit of things, when Chris RobInson, the group's lead singer, retorted back by saying, "Thanks for the geography lesson." Now, keep in mind what town he's in. This is a military town, and right after that, he stepped up back to the mic and said, "I don't know what you have to be so proud of." Well, it was right after that that the crowd started booing him, and he replied back to them, "For those of you booing us, some of us are not afraid, and we most assuredly are not ignorant." Once again, folks, keep in mind the crowd he's talking to. A military town. A performer needs to always keep in mind the audience that they're performing for. So how did the crowd react to that? Well, it wasn't long before the crowd was heading out in droves. Dig this. This is at a time that the band were performing She Talks to Angels, perhaps their very biggest hit. Now, tours are tough. And it's tough to keep your composure on stage. But this isn't the first time that Chris RobInson has taken to giving us what he thinks in a political way. We've talked about how Roger Waters and Bruce Springsteen have got away with this crap for so long that it's done nothing but encourage others to do the very same thing. I said that it's hard for a performer to keep their composure on any given night, but you've always got to know the room, or the stadium in this case, that you're playing in. And you know what? I find it interesting. A lot of these rock stars don't mind making the big bucks here in the USA, but they don't want to hear from those who live in the USA, or at least they don't want to listen to those who might politically disagree with them. I've said it before, folks, and I've got to tell you, I am sick and tired of rock stars telling us how to think, what is proper to say, how to respond, how to appreciate their music. They're nothing more than an extension of the Hollywood crowd. Hell, this guy was even married to one of them. How about some damned respect from you, Chris, to the people who pay to go and see you? And while we're at it, how about a little tolerance on your part with those who don't agree with your political nonsense in the air? Now, I said it before, I don't like this from the left. I don't like this from the right. I think that rock stars, artists, should keep their mouths shut, say it in their lyrics if they do have anything to say, sing those lyrics as they appear on record or CD or in the digital domain, and then shut the hell up, because frankly, the rest of us are getting really damn tired, especially paying the big bucks to see you, and second of all, having you open your mouth and say anything other than the songs that we're familiar with. So I say bravo to the Tampa audience that walked out on this clown while he's singing one of his biggest hits. You deserved it, Chris. Stay out of what you don't understand, brother. All right, folks, I need to hear from you on this. This is ridiculous. We've talked about what we pay to see these people these days. Concerts cost way too much. And now we're being told how to act as an audience. Kiss my ass, Chris. I mean it, brother. You have stepped over the line once too often. You know, I am so sick and tired of this nonsense. We as an audience are paying exorbitant prices to see our favorite rockers. Now, to only have them turn and tell us live, right to our faces, what is the proper way to respond to their show and what we can say and what we can't. You know, Chris, you say some of us aren't ignorant. Do you realize that those who don't agree with you think that very same thing as you keep jawing and flapping your gums in front of an audience and a community you cannot begin to understand? All right, folks, that's the video for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And then if you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, that's so easy. All you have to do is hit that subscribe to the tribe button, tap that top bell icon, and you'll be notified of all my future videos and or streams. All right, folks, I'm Michael Noland. This is The Bottom Line, and let the world know that we are the tribe.